What if the wholeness you've been searching for was never lost? What if the separation you felt your entire life was only an illusion? Beneath the surface of reality, beyond the distractions of the mind, there exists a divine intelligence, a conscious force that holds all things together. This force is known by many names, but in this video we will call it Christ consciousness. It is the intelligent awareness behind all that is made manifest, the infinite presence that permeates all of existence. Christ consciousness is not a person, nor is it bound to any one religion. It is a state of divine awareness, a realization of the unity of all things. It is the consciousness that holds creation together, the intelligence that breathes life into the universe. It is the force through which all things come into being, and through which all things are sustained. Christ consciousness is the state of divine awareness that Jesus, the man, embodied, a higher intelligence that unites all things in love, wholeness, and oneness. He did not come to claim it for himself, but to show us that we all have access to it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. In essence, Christ consciousness is the awareness of divine unity, the recognition that we are not separate from creation, but are creation itself. It is the realization that we are not just physical beings living in a material world. We are consciousness itself manifested in form. This consciousness is eternal. It has no beginning and no end. Many traditions, both ancient and modern, have pointed to it. In the East, it is known as the Atman, the divine self. In the mystical traditions of the West, it is the Logos, the word through which all was made. And in Christianity, it is embodied in the figure of Christ, who represents the realization of this divine intelligence within human form. But Christ consciousness is not limited to any one being or belief system. It is the very foundation of reality, woven into the fabric of existence itself. It is in the stars, in the trees, in the rhythm of the ocean. It is in the silence between thoughts, in the love that connects us, in the very breath we take. It is the force that holds galaxies together, and the same force that beats within your heart. For most of our lives, we feel separate. Separate from each other, separate from nature, separate from the divine. This illusion of separation is what creates suffering. It convinces us that we must strive, that we must search for something outside of ourselves to make us whole. But the truth is, we were never separate to begin with. Christ consciousness has always been within us, waiting to be realized. The moment we remember this, the illusion dissolves. We see that we were never lost. We were never incomplete. And as we awaken to this truth, we begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is not just an emotion or a fleeting feeling, it is the very essence of creation itself. As the Bible says, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. But this does not mean submission in a worldly sense. It is a recognition that God is love, and our souls will always and forever bow to love. Love transcends all boundaries, all illusions, all limitations. It is the great healer, the ultimate truth, the energy that binds all things together. One of the most powerful examples of love's transformative power is found in the story of the woman with the issue of blood. She reached out to touch the hem of Christ's garment, and in that moment, she was healed. This is more than just a physical miracle. It is a testament to the power of love. It symbolizes what happens when we allow the divine love within us, the Christ consciousness, to touch our lives. Love transcends reality, dissolves fear, and heals any and all psychological wounds, creating a new reality within us. The only thing we have to do is step out of fear and into love. And this is not something we can simply think our way into. Love is not a mental concept, it is a deep internal experience. We must go inward, beyond logic, beyond thought, and touch the divine within ourselves. When we do, we touch the hem of his garment, and the love that has always been within us washes over us, cleansing us, restoring us, and reminding us of our wholeness. So, how do we connect with this divine intelligence? How do we move beyond the illusion and awaken to what has always been? The key is awareness. It begins with stillness, with turning inward and listening beyond the noise of the mind. Meditation, contemplation, and deep presence help dissolve the false barriers that make us feel separate. Love, compassion, and selflessness align us with the divine flow of creation. When we quiet the ego and surrender to the greater intelligence within, we begin to experience the world through the eyes of Christ consciousness. And once we do, everything changes. We see that love is the underlying force behind all things. We recognize the sacredness of existence. We feel the unity between ourselves, others, and the universe. Christ consciousness is the divine awareness that permeates all things. It is the wholeness that has always been within you, waiting to be remembered. Though we have felt separate, the truth is we have never been apart from it. Once we awaken to this truth, we see the world as it truly is, interwoven, infinite, divine. And in that moment, we realize that we are not just part of creation, we are creation itself. The journey is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering who you have always been.